So his life was a series of these ideas. He exercised beyond belief. He climbed mountains all through the Tetowns. He ran the Pikes Peak Marathon. He'd run. And he also had a brilliant mind, a master's degree from Ohio State, and he had perfect pitch. So he moves to California. He gets involved in the music scene. And then he started in on this boat.
He never finished it. He never had hot water on his boat, for example. He didn't have any glass in the top. Jimmy was a unique individual.
And you know, he'd cook a can of something in this little pot and listen to classical music and live a very Spartan life. But he was a neat guy and he was intelligent and he could talk about various things and knew about a lot of things. In the days before computers, there was a lot of information in his head. Yeah.
There were large, rough planks, beams, probably 4x, making the floor, and then the gap and rough stairways down and up to the different levels. Essentially, it was all open, and it was all built out of pretty much large timbers.
He had a baby grand enclosed in plastic, sort of this tent in the middle of the, I think they've taken the floor away now, but it was kind of up a bit. So you couldn't see him playing through these windows, but you could hear him. He'd start like 8 o'clock in the morning and he would play the etudes, you know, where he went from one key to the next. And he said, yeah, he'd learned them when he was younger, and he'd always played them because he thought it was really good for the brain and all this stuff.
Those are anti-submarine net buoys. In World War II, there was a submarine net stretched across the Golden Gate, and it was supported by these 4.5 or 5.5 foot steel balls. Well, he built a framework out of steel, and then he fastened the balls under there. That was his flotation. And they lasted for years, but it was pretty high carbon steel, and they weren't painted or anything. So eventually they started to rust out, and one or two of them lost buoyancy, and we had a big party on one night when it was over in another location, and it started to sink. The water was coming up over the floor, so we had to move the party to another boat. The last thing he was working on was an underwater, a way to see in murky silt-filled water. And it utilized fresh water blowing in a cone shape that would clear the sediment, the particulate matter-filled water, so you could see to weld or repair, and it would have been great for the Navy to.
He's up there on the peak, placing the new tarp for the winter.
It's a memoriam for
And he
Tichy.
calls down to us as we're schlepping our stuff in and out. He calls down, "It's almost finished, don't worry." That was November '96, and we went, good.
This is the first thing he ever built.
It was New Year's Eve. It was pretty easy to snag a glass and disappear up to the top.
So no one offered it to you?
I don't remember anybody offering it per se.
Was Jimmy's house open?
Yeah, we had a New Year's party here.
He was pretty antisocial, and And that's why he was so successful here on the dock, is because there was, this group of oddballs that live here, and he was accepted.